Hi, I'm Jay Leeming, and I'm a performance storyteller and poet from the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. In this video, I'm going to describe for you 3 practices to help you attain greater freedom of expression in both written and spoken language. It's a way to open up your voice to resources which normally we have learned to shut out. Resources such as playfulness, imagination, the unconscious, and the shadow side of both ourselves and of the world. These are practices which have helped me, and I hope that they may help you. All right, boom, boom. Number 1, free writing. This is a great practice, very simple, but complicated, difficult to carry out. All it is this. You get a blank piece of paper, you get yourself a pen or a pencil, you sit down, and with intention, you write for 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes, without stopping. That's it. You write for 5 minutes without stopping. Don't think, don't plan, don't judge. As we grow up, there are voices inside us which learn to be critical and to judge what we are about to say, what we are about to write, and what we have written and said. That is an altogether natural and good thing. But if we're going to access powers outside the usual, if we're going to say things that the collective might not want us to say, if we're going to say things that only we can say in particular, we must tell that judge to go on a vacation. He or she has been working hard. They need a break. Send the judge away. So this is one way to do that. Write for at least 5 minutes without stopping. If you get stuck, just repeat what you just wrote. This is garbage, this is garbage, this is genius, this is genius. You could write that for quite a while. It's fine. Words on paper are the only requirement. So in that way we get the judge to go to sleep and we get some words on paper. Now this has, it's a practice I heard about from the beat writers, Jack Kerouac and Allen Ginsberg. It is was practiced by the French surrealists in the early 20th century. But I think it's been done by many folks since paper became widely available. I should probably say you shouldn't think of showing this to anyone else. That will also help you relax. And don't write using a computer, I would suggest. Maybe that works for you. If it does, wonderful. But using the body tends to slow yourself down a little bit, which is a wonderful thing. It gives you time to think. And also, it's more likely that what you write will be meaningful to you because your body is involved in writing those letters on the page. That is what I would suggest. All right, so number 2. This is to write a poem every day. Now, if the word poem scares you, take it out and use something else. But for me, the word poem is a very open-ended and freeing word to use, so I'm going to use that word. Write a poem every day. Now, in this practice, it's similar to the first one, but it's a little more reflective, it's a little quieter, it's open to different kinds of thoughts, perhaps. And in this practice, what helps the judge to take a vacation and put his or her feet up is simply the daily nature of it. Every day you write a poem. Is it a good poem? Is it a bad poem? Well, who cares? That's not the standard. We're sending those words away. They're like horses. We're sending them off. Go eat some grass in a field. You need a rest. Those words need a rest. Instead, just write a poem. Now, for me, I did this in the morning. I have done this. Just first thing in the morning, wake up, bang, words on the paper. Already you've done something unexpected with your day, and perhaps something has arrived which you didn't expect would be there. That's a beautiful thing. But if it works for you at a different time of day, by all means, of course, do that. But writing every day, and it gives you access to different powers. Other poets have done this, of course. William Stafford, Stafford, Robert Bly in his book Morning Poems, David Leeman, Lehman. Lots of writers have done this. So it's a way to open yourself to forces which are be present in that moment when you sit down with the blank paper. For myself, I would say that practice has taught me more about the structure of things, of the universe, of this world, than any idea I've been taught. And what I mean by that is you have the experience of beginning with nothing and ending with something. Those words could bring you the Nobel Prize, or they could end up in the garbage. Either way, you have taken part in that process. Nothing to something again. Now, this is profoundly reassuring to me that that can happen. And it's not healthy, really, to think of it as coming entirely from you. D.H. Lawrence, in a poem, says, not I, but the wind that blows through me. Not I, but the wind that blows through me. So we want to think of rivers and of wind here, of sprouts coming up out of the earth in that generous way. You begin with something, you begin with nothing, and then you have something. It's a beautiful thing. The natural world does this all the time. It creates entire species and then destroys them. Whole continents, planets, bacteria, viruses, beings are come into existence. They're enormously complicated and they're beautiful, and then they go away again. So we take part in that process when we do a practice such as this, especially in a daily way. It's the daily nature of it which gives it added power. Well then, number 3. Number 3 is simply this: make of your words a gift that you offer to something in the natural world. Give your words as a gift to something in the natural world. A river, a stone, a tree, a hill, anything like that. Now, why would we do this, you may ask? Well, in this practice, your words become the means to an end. That is how the judge, in this case, takes a vacation. That is how we relax and open ourselves to new voices. It's a means to an end. Your words are carrying something. They aren't the whole show, and that's fine. That's great. They serve something larger than themselves. You give your words as an offering, either written or spoken, to something in the natural world. Now, this practice lends itself to spoken language more than the other two, perhaps. And here are two little practices which can help do this, two tools. One of them is anaphora. A-N-A-P-H-O-R-A comes from the Greek. That is simply a repeated word or phrase that you use. For example, if you're looking at a tree, you could use the phrase, I praise. I praise you with your roots in the dark sleep below all things. I praise you with your branches in the sky. I praise you with your thick bark, rough, keeping you alive. I praise the memories inside you, 1,000 years of memories, keeping you through the long winter. I praise the strength and the beauty which are mingled in you like two threads in a vast tapestry. So, you use the phrase, I praise, over and over again, or something else. Another technique, another tool, are the two words when and may. You use them. When the winter storms come, may you stand strong. When the bird sings in your branches, may you be inspired by that song. When those strong winds threaten your roots and try to uproot you, may you have the strength of 1,000 encyclopedias filled with knowledge. May the wisdom of your elders support you and keep you strong, O oak tree, through the long winter. When and may. It's simply a framework. It's something to go back to. You can do this any way you want, but those are two little tools to do that. Now, I don't need to go into the spiritual side of things, or I am not qualified, perhaps, but I should say that it is crucial that you let go of these words. If they are truly a gift, you need to give them and walk away. That can mean a lot of different things. If they're on paper, you put it in water, you burn it, you leave it in the ground, the earth will take care of it. If they're words, of course, you simply let them go. Do not hang on to them. Do not go home and write down those phrases you thought up because they're so great. Just let them go. Now, I'm guided in this by many folks, but one among them would be Martin Prechtel, P-R-E-C-H-T-E-L, an amazing author and teacher. He has a book, Secrets of the Talking Jaguar, which is fantastic. So let it go, and let it go. And I would just say, psychologically alone, that's a tremendously great thing to do. Have the words come and let them go. Again, we are echoing the processes of the natural world. We do not hang on, we let it go. In the capitalist societies in which most of us live, we are encouraged to think of anything of value, creativity, eloquence, imagination, as something which we possess and is only ours and that nobody else can have. That's why we have copyrights. That's why artists make money from their work, which they should, of course. But Nevertheless, the experience of any creator, I would say, when they're truly honest, is that these powers are in fact infinite and all around us. They're in the tree, they're in the stone, they're in the air. And with the right frame of mind, the right awareness, determination, and faithfulness to that principle, you can access these powers. So a practice like this encourages that frame of mind, encourages you to find that language and to let it go again. Because then it's a very generous thing, and the language can return to you. It can be alive in that place, in you once again. I would just add one more thing, and this is from the Dalai Lama. He says, enlightenment is an accident, but certain behaviors can make you accident prone. So if we compare enlightenment to inspiration, which may not be entirely true, but let's use it for the moment, we want to be accident prone. We want to hang out on that mountain so the lightning bolt can hit us, zap! And so these practices are ways of doing that. And as I said, they've helped me, and I hope they may help you. May the strong tides of our stubbornness go out to sea, leaving us to walk around finding the shells and the weird treasures on the beach. May the unlikely horse of our judgments go off to wander in a field and to drink the beautiful water there and to eat the grasses there. May we let go of what we need to let go of and fly free through the world of language like birds finding a particular branch on a particular tree where only we were meant to go. May the riddles we hear in our sleep become things that we will learn 1,000 years later when we are opening the book of our dreams and we're completely confused by what we find there. May we watch YouTube videos and feel good grief. This is garbage. This is beautiful. This is nothing. It's a small bird flying through the sky and landing inside the diamond inside my chest, which was put there by my grandmothers ages ago. Grandmothers who thought of the future and thought of it with a laugh and with a tear as well. May we become that tear, dying in the ocean to become the ocean. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to my Patreon supporters who've helped to make this video possible. And may we find freedom in language and in the world. Thank you, and take care.